Joining me now is Congresswoman Jennifer McClellan, Democrat of Virginia. Congresswoman, thank you first for joining us. I want to start tonight with your thoughts on Elon Musk's apparent departure from Washington. You represent a state with a high concentration of government workers who have been demonized by Musk or had their lives disrupted by Doge. How do you think they will look back on Musk's tenure in this administration?
I think destructive is the right word. The Trump administration wanted to traumatize federal employees, and they did exactly that. Firing them indiscriminately, firing some by mistake, and then laughing about it. To Elon Musk, this was all a joke. When he laughed about accidentally firing people who stop Ebola, when he demonized people who dedicate every day of their lives to improving the lives of the American people, and in the process, not only has he devastated their individual lives, but he's ground a lot of very popular needed services from healthcare to emergency management to a halt, and had a devastating impact on the economy of a lot of states that have then also had to cut workers and employees as a result of these cuts and funding freezes at the federal level. But Elon Musk, that's what he does. He did it in the private sector, and he did it in government. He came in, he tried to destroy something he didn't understand. He got bored, and he moved on with his life and left devastation in his wake.
Now, switching gears to the spending bill now being hashed out in the Senate, Iowa Republican Senator Joni Ernst is under fire for her comments defending the bill's steep cuts to Medicaid at a town hall Friday. Take a listen to this.
They are not eligible, so they will be coming off. So people are not. Well, we all are going to die. So, for heaven's sakes.
What do you make of this dismissive attitude of Republican lawmakers about the potential impact on this bill, even when it's their own supporters who stand to lose the benefits? I mean, to say we all are going to die when people say people will die because of this bill?
Well, people are going to die because of this bill, and it's horrific. The callous disregard that Republicans have for the lives of the American people that they destroy, the millions of people who are going to lose health insurance, the costs that are going to spread to everybody else as a result of that, the millions of people who are going to lose food on the table, a third of them children, the impact that that's going to have on our economy, and people will be devastated. Their lives will be shattered, and they will die. And people elect people to government office to improve their lives, to solve problems, to build up their communities. And Republicans who profess to be Christians, who don't follow the word of God to care for to feed the hungry, to care for the sick, to clothe those that don't have clothes, to welcome the stranger, to have a callous disregard for their fellow Americans and fellow human beings is just sad. But that is not what the American people look to their government for. They look for someone who is going to improve their lives and improve their communities and solve problems. And these Republicans, this administration, are just causing problem after problem.
Now, the president, of course, has largely blocked refugee admissions. And this week, the Supreme Court granted the administration's request to end a Biden-era temporary protective status for 500,000 immigrants from Cuba, Nicaragua, Venezuela, and Haiti. Yesterday, a federal judge granted an emergency stay to a smaller group of 5,000 Venezuelans who were given a TPS extension until next year by the Biden administration. But Trump campaigned on deporting people who came here illegally or committed crimes. Now it seems legal migrants who fled documented violence and instability in their home countries are being targeted to have their legal status revoked. At the same time, he brings in 59 South Afrikaners, white Afrikaners, who no one has proved they're facing violence. What are your thoughts?
I mean, again, it's the callous disregard for human suffering. These are people that fled their home countries because of violence, because their lives were in danger, seeking refuge here in the United States. It is a violation of the ideals upon which America was founded, to welcome those that are fleeing oppression, fleeing violence, to come here for a better life indiscriminately. And they're doing this so that they can more easily snatch people off the street and deport them with no due process. And again, what I am hearing from my constituents, Democrat and Republican, is they're outraged, they're horrified, and they find it to be a violation, a betrayal of the American dream and the American ideals.
Now, before I let you go, I want to ask you about the 24 presidential pardons Trump issued this week. I'm going to share my full thoughts in the next segment, but it seems like a lot of these pardons, such as those given to reality TV stars Todd and Julie Chrisley, are being doled out based on celebrity status or personal connections. For those of us who would like to see the pardon power used to do real criminal justice reform, what's your reaction to the way Trump is using it?
Let me get the pardon system should be for people who show remorse for the crimes and have turned the corner and become better human beings and will contribute to society, or people who were unjustly prosecuted and convicted to begin with, and who are innocent. For Trump, the pardon system is if you pay enough, if you are rich enough, if you genuflect to me enough, if you are MAGA enough, then whether you show remorse or not, whether you're sorry or not, whether you've beaten police officers or not, you get a pardon. That's not justice. And again, for a party, I keep thinking about the Speaker of the House who says, if you want to understand his politics, read the Bible. Well, he doesn't read the whole thing. And this is just yet another example of the callous disregard for human beings based on the whims of a dictatorial president.
Well, he has, Congresswoman, said he's read 2 Corinthians. I read 2 Corinthians. Congresswoman Jennifer McClellan, thank you for being with us.